Interrupted. The crickets created a beautiful reminder that the girl wasn't alone in the night. She sat with her head tilted back, looking up at the stars. She'd always found peace looking up at the sky, reminding her that the world was so much bigger than herself. A smile found its way onto her lips as she located a few constellations. A sound from behind her drew her attention from the sky. Being alone in a park at night wasn't always the safest thing for a girl her size. Hesitantly, she turned to look behind her. A man approached her from the sidewalk, dampening her mood. He wasn't anything special, a simple man who looked like he belonged in an office building rather than wandering through parks after dark. Judging by his appearance, he most likely lived nearby, clean and well-fed, nothing like the homeless population within the city. Besides, the homeless knew not to come to the park once the sun had set. "Are you all right, miss?" he called as he neared. The girl grimaced at his voice. It was loud enough to silence the crickets and grate on her nerves. She turned away from him and lifted her chin once more to look at the sky. A sigh escaped her when she heard him move closer instead of walking away. "Miss, it's really not safe out here at night. Do you need a ride home? I can call someone for you." The girl shook her head slightly, a small sign that she was listening, but didn't want to interact. She had been right. He definitely lived nearby. He was most likely one of the suburban fathers who worked during the week and drank on the weekends, just like her own father had been. "I can call my wife," he added, "if that would make you feel more comfortable. I don't want to frighten you. I have a daughter around your age, and I know I'd want someone to help her if she was alone at night." A frown marred her face as she tried to concentrate on the sky instead of him. Once again, she heard him move closer. She had a flickering thought of him attacking her from behind, but she shooed it away. This man looked like he wouldn't be able to fight off paper blowing in the wind. "I'm sure your parents are worried," he tried again. "Let me call someone, or I can call the police to take you home." This time, she nearly broke her neck to turn and look at him. The police were the last thing that she wanted. Her annoyance peaked when she saw his gloating smile. Her lip curled in distaste, but he moved closer. Too close for her liking. "Ride home or a phone call?" He used a teasing tone that one would use with a friend. She narrowed her eyes, glaring at the man who had interrupted her night. The man didn't seem too concerned by her mean look, but she saw his eyes lower from her face and slowly widen in shock. "You're bleeding. Are you hurt? I need to get you to the hospital." The man moved forward and grabbed the girl's arm, effortlessly pulling her to her feet. The dull thump seemed to echo in the night as they both turned to look at what had fallen from her lap. She felt the hand on her arm loosen as the man beside her tried to process what was now on the ground. What? A smile curled the corners of her lips as she looked down at the gruesome scene. A pale face with wide blue eyes that matched her own, and a mouth that had been forced into a silent scream. The man stumbled back from the girl, and she could practically hear his heart pounding in his chest. She bent and fisted her fingers in the dark hair to lift it so the man could get a better look. Her amusement was added to when the man tripped and fell to the ground, looking up at her in horror. "Did you do that?" he cried. "Please, just let me go." The girl dropped the head and crouched to pick up the weapon that she had kept under her leg for this exact reason. The hatchet was small, but with enough effort, it worked wonders. The man's sobs increased when he saw the moon reflecting on the weapon. "Please, I won't tell anyone, I promise. Just let me go home." "It's not safe at night," she mocked. "Do you need me to call someone? Your wife? Your daughter? The police?" Her tone increased with each question. After her final one, she erupted in a hollow laughter. "You should have left," she spit before she kicked a cloud of dirt in his direction. "Please," he begged, "please just let me go." The girl could taste the desperation in his voice, and she loved it. They always begged, but she wasn't a fool. That was something that she could thank her father for. She savored the sweet taste of fear that was heavy in the air before she moved for her attack. Once again, she lowered herself into the grass and lifted her chin to look up at the stars. The girl was now accompanied by two, rather than one, as the crickets began their song once more.